it's hard to believe that 22 years ago, Marlee Matlin became the youngest and only deaf person to win an Oscar for Best Actress. Now she is revealing the emotional journey behind her glamorous Hollywood life in her autobiography, and it is terrific. It is called I'll Scream Later, and we'll explain that in a moment. But the traumas and the happily ever after she's worked so hard to achieve, you can find it all in the book, and here's her inspirational story, and then we'll talk to her.
Speak to me! Speak! Speak to me!
That anguish scream we all remember so well. Marlee Matlin was just 19 when she landed the role in Children of a Lesser God and began a career as an actress. She won the Golden Globe and Academy Award and launched a glamorous Hollywood life, relationships with men like William Hurt, Rob Lowe, Richard Dean Anderson, and David E. Kelley.
What are you, deaf?
Bingo!
So many memorable movie and television appearances.
Oh, was that in?
But beneath the dazzling facade, there were dark clouds along the way. Her relationship with Hurt was tempestuous and she says sometimes violent. And even as she was winning accolades for Children of a Lesser God, she was preparing to check herself into rehab to battle drug addiction. Now, happily married with 4 children, those demons seem long gone. Last year, she wowed us on Dancing with the Stars.
She's always a woman to me.
And now she has a new book, looking back on a career that overcame so many odds and revealing shocking secrets none of her fans could have ever suspected. So true, and joining us this morning, there you see her, Marlee Matlin, along with her longtime interpreter, Jack Jason. Very good to meet you. I've been looking forward to this.
I'm so happy to see you.
Dancing with the Stars. You said, first of all, you're really cool with your kids because you did Dancing with the Stars, and it helped with writing the book?
I became the coolest mom. I became the coolest mom because of that show. And I asked them if it was all right if I got on the show, and they said absolutely. It was a no-brainer. My daughter looked at me like, hello, you're going to do the show? And I said, yeah, okay, fine.
And it helped with writing the book?
It did. It allowed me to, I had always thought of writing something and doing it for Dancing with the Stars. All the emails that I got, all the fan letters that I received from people saying that I was inspiring them by dancing because I was the deaf woman who went on Dancing with the Stars. And they wanted to see more of me or share more of my life, so I decided to do it.
And boy, you sure did share a lot of your life. In the book, you talked openly about as a teen taking drugs. Were you rebelling like most teenagers?
I was very rebellious. I was very fiercely independent. And actually, that independence came from my parents. I mean, they gave me the opportunity to explore, but I think I did a lot on my own. And so I made my own decisions. Whether they were good or bad, I had to live by them. That's the way it went.
Yeah, that's what teenagers sometimes do, and you learn the good and the bad.
Exactly.
But Marlee, you also talk about the sexual abuse that you suffered, a babysitter, a teacher. What were you hoping to? Because you have not shared that before. What were you hoping to? Who were you hoping to help?
Well, actually, I have a daughter who's 13, and as I saw her growing up, I remembered all those things that happened to me, doing drugs at 13, being molested when I was 11, and then with a teacher when I was 15. And seeing her really sparked those memories, and I thought, there's so much about me that she doesn't know. There's a lot about me that a lot of people don't know that I want to help my daughter. I want to help people out there who went through the same thing that I went through.
And it is going to help a lot of people. And we feel like we know you, because I remember when you won the Oscar, and you think that your life is perfect, everything is just beautiful, and
No, it was just Hollywood. It was all Hollywood, it was a great honor to win the Academy Award, but work in terms of that, it's kind of up and down, but at the same time, it's most important to focus on your life, and I focused on my life just before I won that Oscar and got myself sober.
But tell folks how, when you did learn about the nomination, we didn't realize that you were in rehab at the time.
Of all places to be, I had to be at the Betty Ford Clinic to get that nomination. Right in the middle of rehab, I found out that I was nominated. I was stunned. That's where it came from. It was the words that I said. They needed a comment. How did you feel? I couldn't tell anybody where I was. So I said, well, I looked around where I was, and I said, I'll scream later. And that's where now I'm screaming now.
You can scream now, loud and clear. At the time we knew that you were with William Hurt, and you were You're very honest about talking about the relationship being abusive physically and emotionally. You said that going to rehab was really a way to help you turn your life around.
It absolutely turned my life around, and in all honesty, if it wasn't for William Hurt, I wouldn't be in rehab and I wouldn't be here. So in some way, he was the one who encouraged me to go and to help myself. And I guess that was a big turning point in my life, especially being just 21 years old and doing it all by myself. I did it all by myself. And I'm glad that I'm 22 years sober today.
You are 22 years sober today. You get cheers for that. You do, you do. William Hurt had no comment, his people had no comment about what had happened. But what do you tell women that find themselves, this morning they're in an abusive relationship? What do you say to them? You
know what? It's absolutely not worth the life that you lead, whether you're in an abusive or a mental relationship. There is a world out there that's better than where you are right now. There is. All you need to do, I mean, if there's something like that happening, just open the doorknob, go out that door, walk out, and it's as simple as that. I can understand that it's not that easy. I've been there. You don't know where to go. You don't know who to turn to for help. You don't know how to call 911. You don't know how to ask a neighbor. And I hope that anyone who has the opportunity to hear this or read this book or even watch this program can understand and know that it's okay to go out and it's okay to leave. And now you're happily married. You have 4 beautiful kids. And I want to read one last thing that you wrote that I think is wonderful. You wrote, "Though I am deaf, it is not as if I live in silence." What do you mean by that? That's beautiful. You know what? I've always said that silence is the last thing anyone will ever hear from me.
I'm the loudest person. Keep it again.
You've been in the studio for a little bit, and you are a loud person.
I'm loud.
You're all over the couch, and you're hugging folks.
Yeah, I make myself comfortable.
Yes, well, you are comfortable, and you make us comfortable with your talent. Thank you so much. Thank you for being so revealing. And love the picture, too. Love the picture. It's so you. It is. Continued success and blessings and all that you do, Marlee. Thanks so much. And I'll Scream Later is on sale today, and you can go to abcnews.com to read an excerpt. Thanks as well, Jack.